Alright, now, this is just gonna. I'm not about to say actually that because I was gonna say that, oh yeah, this is just gonna be a quick video. And I've noticed every time I fucking say that, it's like literally damn near half an hour long, so fuck it. Let's get on to the crux of what I'm making this video about. And it is to do with Star Wars The Old Republic. And I thought quite good timing considering they literally just gave us an update, which might I fucking add, Shay literally breaks out Darth Malgus from the fucking jail, and just before that, the Jedi, I can't remember her name, but the Jedi who has been helping the big bad uh character, like the ultimate boss character, which is like a fucking bounty hunter or something, but I can't remember her name. And like you've literally just taken her to face off against her brother, yeah? Bearing in mind her brother was literally trying to kill the both of you. And well, I mean, yeah. Spoilers. He doesn't kill you, and I left them both because I thought, bitch, please. First, you're a fucking Jedi and I'm a Sith. Secondly, your brother has literally just tried killing the both of us. So if you think I'm about to fucking sit there and help this motherfucker up from falling off the edge, which, bear in mind, he caused the destruction. So if he died, that would have been on him, not me. And thirdly, fuck him. Like, I got the fucking special cube looking thing that was needed to power up the entire galaxy's like ultimate weapon type shit, which I actually turned around and said to the Empress uh and all of the Sith in attendance. um Darth Rex, is he, or some shit? It's like Darth DIXX something. And I said to both the Empress and him, I was like, oh no, you lot ain't getting this cube of ultimate power. For now, I'm keeping it under my wraps. Like, so yeah, there's already that hint of betrayal going on there. But yeah, the fact that they gave us an update and there's not a single fucking mission that continues on from Shay, like freeing Darth Malgus, and or hell, even a fucking follow up to did the brother and sister survive the explosion and shit like that. Like there was nothing. Like there was absolutely nothing. Like yeah, there was a few side quests, but nothing actually main story esque. Like I mean, I've got like probably four side missions for the Alliance, and that's really it as far as the Alliance goes. So it's like that, and the fact that I find it deeply annoying that they let you bring back Dark Jaesa Williams and have a romance option with her, but there's nothing in the fucking main story that concerns her. Like, you find her, like, literally just running rampage around in your barracks pretty much, like in Jedi Under Siege. Yeah? And that's only after you do like a certain side mission. And yeah, it's like you basically say to her like, "Oh yeah, well I've missed you. Like I actually still love you." Stuff like that. And then she literally says saying about how we're gonna take control of all of the galaxy. Oh, any way I can help you, Master, and need it be shit like that. Classic Jaesa. And then throughout the entirety that I've played through up until the most recent fucking update, there's nothing there. Like, no side missions from her, no fucking not side missions. You know when you like get to talk to her on your ship. There's none of that. There's no actual side missions where she says like I need to talk to you and then it's a side mission or shit like that. Like nothing could assault like that. Which I just find it just don't really make much sense. It's like you've allowed her into the said alliance, but then she can't like she's never appearing in said cutscenes, like actual cutscenes. I mean, like I'm not talking about ones that just are there just for show type thing. Because obviously I've seen her like in the background before when I'm doing cutscenes, but there's never actually any way that I can use her for a companion like on one of those missions, and it's never like she never has any lines or anything like when you're in those types of situations. So like main story quest mission, you're like talking to everyone in the room. You've got what's it, Layla? No, Lana or some shit. You've got like a few other people and whatnot, and they're all putting in their 2 cents. However, Jaesa, nothing, nothing. She's some most of the time she's not even there. So I just feel like it's just a wasted opportunity. But I really want to get into what the whole video is about, because when I speak about the most wasted potentials thus far, I don't think it gets any more of a fucking piss take of like lack of just using characters and classes than this. For an update, a new update, yeah, you get a story. You get a story mission pop up. Not like a obviously you could make it a main story, but it would feel like it could still be implemented, but I highly doubt it. But say it is, yeah. Say you're still running the alliance, like Darth Malgus is running around, and then you hear about similar to Jaesa, where it's like you hear of this person going around killing people, and like you can sense their rage, their bloodlust, and whatnot. Like you can sense it. Like you meditate on it, and you're like, "Oh shit, this guy means business." And then you then start chasing the paper trails of blood around the universe when you get to the location of I can't remember what planet it is, but you know in Star Wars Revenge of the Fallen where it's Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I can't remember what fucking planet is that called, but I'm just going to call it the lava planet. So yeah, it then takes you to the lava planet, yeah, and then obviously you go for a bunch of enemies like cannon fodder, like NPCs and shit, and then you finally get to the ultimate boss battle, and you end up fighting Darth Vader, the Darth Vader. I'm not talking fucking Disneyland shit where it's like he can chop someone's head off and they're still fucking walking around. I mean the Darth Vader of canonical accuracy type Darth Vader where he can literally like I'm pretty sure was that him or someone in X-Men? But yeah, where he can literally put the force inside someone's body and it just explodes them, shit like that. That level of canon accurate Darth Vader, shit like where he in Ahsoka, where he holds the fucking ship in place, but this time do it on a much bigger scale. I'm talking like Star Killer. Like if you've ever played Star Wars: The Force Unleashed and shit like that, I'm pretty sure there's on the back of the case that the disc comes in. There's a picture of Galen Merrick doing like that. I can't remember if it's one hand or two hands. I think it's one, and I think it's his left hand, and he's holding the whole fucking, what's those massive fucking triangle shaped ships called that the Empire has? Like I can't remember what they're called, but you know them fucking huge ones that are like literally like a triangle and then you go up a few stories. Yeah, those ones. Like do some shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously don't have it just a clear cut paper trail like, oh, kill Darth Vader, yada yada yada. Like, don't be doing that shit because that's just again wasted potential. But you then, after all these escapades of like chasing him, finding out who it is, and like seeing his work in progress, like each paper trail you go to, there's more and more death, destruction, like bloodshed, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like have like cut up limbs somewhere in the corner, but they've been sodorized, so it's like there's no blood, but it's just been sodorized, like type shit, because of how hot the lightsaber is. Put it like scattered around the field with like a ship that's like literally been destroyed. Like you can tell that it's been like pulled down and smashed into the ground type shit. Do that. Like, you know what I mean? So it gradually gets more powerful and powerful and powerful. Like you can see. Like at first you're like, oh, this this ain't shit. This is probably just a Jedi or some shit. You know what I mean? It might be a rogue Sith. You know what I mean? Like just a casual rogue Sith, like little boy shit, like Darth Barris type shit, like just little boy shit. And then it keeps getting worse. And it's like you hear the concern and fear creeping into your character's voice as it starts with them like first time feeling arrogant and confident and just straight up have no fear in their heart whatsoever. But then by the end paper trail, where it's the last one before you actually fight him, you hear the raspiness of like actual genuine fear in their voice. And because they're the Emperor's wrath and the commanding leader of the alliance, I feel like that would paint such a like strong picture of how scary and how terrifying, how strong Darth Vader truly is. Because once you'd realize who it is, you like as the viewer, as the player, you'd be there like, oh fuck, like this can't be what I think it is, because nah, they've never shown him to be that strong. Like, nah, this is more like Star Killer type shit. Like, the fuck, this can't be Darth Vader. No, it can't be. So then the player starts getting invested, going, oh, who the fuck could it be? Who the fuck could it be? Like it's got my player like literally sweating, like he's scared right now, or she's scared right now, and no person has had that effect on my character than the Emperor himself. So, who the fuck is this? That's another point. You could possibly think that it's the Emperor has somehow magicked his way back into the fold, but I feel like that would just be lazy writing at that point. But then, yeah, you get to the fight, and as I said, it won't be just a normal cut and paste uh, fight. think of more like, I don't know, like Darth Barris. If I remember correctly, the final boss battle being Darth Barris in the Sith Warrior story arc, if I'm remembering this correctly, is where you run into the Dark Council and basically accuse him of being a bitch, and basically he tries screaming for the help of the Dark Council, and then the Dark Council are like, "Nah, man, run them ones. If if what he says is not true, then you should have no problem putting hands to him. So why the fuck are you acting like a bitch for? Get to it. Go on. Run the ones. Run the fade. Go on. We'll watch. And then it'll be proof who is actually the stronger person. You know what I mean? Have it sort of like that where like it wouldn't be Darth Vader running. It would be like he starts trying to kill the player with like, how do I explain this? He starts trying to kill the player conveniently. I'm talking about killing the player, and I'm getting force choked by some fucking ghost. That's brilliant. But yeah, like, I don't know, like with environmental type shit. So it's like he's trying to kill you now to like, because you're kind of winning the battle, like just faith of the fair 1v1. He's now thinking like shit. He's sweating a bit. So then it's like you then like have to start being paying attention to the environment around you, because it's a hazardous environment, and Darth Vader's taking advantage of that by trying to like use the force to basically make the place a lot more dangerous at making sure that hopefully you slip or fall, or just like he has you on the back heel of your foot, so like you can't defend properly, shit like that, just like little minute details where it's like it wouldn't even have to be so like so much as like up there as far as like writing goes, because it would literally be you're starting to defeat Darth Vader, and then he starts like pulling from the rage within him, like the full on rage within him, where he just starts like fucking throwing shit at you and like literally pulling you like down, like have him have like an instant kill move where if you try being a bitch about it and just sagging off like 40 feet away from him to like try and run away, just make it so he has an instant kill move. If you do that, if you do try and run off like 40 feet away from him, then he has an instant kill move that he can do, but he doesn't do it all the time. Where the instant kill move is literally he just he just literally force pulls you on some like fucking Naruto, like pain Naruto business. He just pulls you towards him, like literally force chokes you out with one hand, and then after that, just literally just fucking grabs his lightsaber and then sticks the lightsaber in your neck and then just cuts it like that. And that would be the instant kill move. But yeah, then after the whole battle was finished, like the actual whole story arc of the I don't even know what you'd call the story arc mission, uh like say the story arc mission would be called something along the lines of the darkness awakens, or uh like I don't know, the darkness as a the awakened darkness or something along them lines. But then after you've completed said thing, yeah, this is where I'm saying about proper wasted potential, is that they could have done this already, and it's kind of peak that they haven't. But I was thinking that after this whole Darth Vader story mission type shit, after you've completed it, you get Darth Vader as a companion, and you get Darth Vader as a exclusive Sith class. So it's like it wouldn't be like no fucking he's a Sith warrior juggernaut or a Sith warrior like Jedi Knight type shit. Like it wouldn't be anything of the sort. It would be Darth Vader is his own class type thing. So it wouldn't be like Sith Juggernaut and like he just resembled Darth Vader. No, I mean like it would be like Darth Vader's escapades. Like the whole story missions would be the comic book stories that not comic book stories. That's stupid, but like Darth Vader's like whole story mode, and we'll call it story class mode or some shit. That would be like his greatest like his grace English, his greatest like just missions and successes and shit like that, and then it eventually ends with his worst defeat, something like that, and then at the end of it he actually comes back and wins, shit like that. I know that whole he gets defeated and then comes back and wins is so fucking played out, it's sickening, but I mean, work with me here. This is like straight off the top. But yeah, stuff like that where he would be Darth Vader. Like, not like Anakin Skywalker. No, Darth Vader. Like, it would be an exclusive class for a Sith. But you have to complete the mission where you beat Darth Vader. So then you would have Darth Vader as an actual class, and the whole story mission, like the whole main story, would be you going off on his greatest accomplishments and doing all of them, and then having obviously multiple choices on whichever way you want it to actually end, and then at the very end, you go to uh, his worst ever defeat, and then you end up losing, and then you end up coming back and changing the history of what canonically happened in his greatest defeat. Sorted. Yeah? And then, just so that people wouldn't feel left out who play Jedi, it would be this: Anakin Skywalker as his own class of Jedi. So it would be pick Jedi, and then your classes. It wouldn't be Jedi Knight, it wouldn't be a Jedi Sage or shit like that. It would be Anakin Skywalker. And Anakin Skywalker's main story mission would literally be like, I don't know if this is like a canonical thing or not. Like I assume it's not. So it'll just have to be like not fan mail. Like it would just have to be like not canonical, obviously, and because like it one can't exist without the other type thing. But yeah, so with that being said, it would be Anakin Skywalker's like path to. It wouldn't be the path to the dark side. It would be a what if scenario of Anakin Skywalker if he'd stayed being a Jedi Master. So there wouldn't be no he like turns to the dark side and shit like that. But it would be like, don't get me wrong, he would still be able to spaz out like he does when he's a Jedi, like when he goes and kills all those sand people and like pretty sure, what is it, like in the animated Clone Wars series, I'm pretty sure he force chokes someone as well. I'm not 100% sure on that because I've not actually ever seen it, but I swear there was something along them lines. So yeah, like you'd still be able to flip out casually, like as Anakin does, but the whole thing would be like you're not gonna go over and start being Darth Vader, you'll be a dark Jedi type shit. But it will be the story of what if Anakin never turned to the dark side? What if he never became Darth Vader and he stayed being the chosen one of the Jedi Council? That's what the story would be. And then obviously, as I said, like you'd still be able to flip out and like decide on how you want to deal with people, because that's just what the game's like as far as the Star Wars the Old Republic goes. That's just how the game is. And quite frankly, I think that would fit really well. It's like, yeah, you can't fucking just turn around and become Darth Vader, but at the same time, at least you still have like, yeah, I mean, like you can still be a dark Jedi to the point where you can force choke someone or just flip out and be like, you know, like say for example, if you've defeated an enemy and you think he's too dangerous to be kept alive, you can just execute him like Count Dooku style. You know what I mean? Shit like that. But yeah, that's basically like yeah, all the situations about the whole thing of saying that, oh yeah, wasted potential, because as I said, I feel like they could really pull that off if they wanted to. Hell, maybe they've got it planned for after the fucking alliance or something. Like they just fast forward like a bunch of years, and then somehow your characters still like manage to stay alive, and then it starts coming around with the acts of like where Darth Vader's like becoming the new imperial like wrath type thing. So then you have to then go out and put him in check or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's all that I wanted to talk about really. I've had this in my notes for about 2 days now about this is literally what the notes was titled: Star Wars: The Old Republic, Darth Vader class. Like that's generally what it was. But yeah. Anyway, peace.